Hi, welcome back. In this session, we will be talking about how to make authenticated requests. So until now, we were using an API which we could directly access and doesn't require any authentication key. But this is not the case most of the time when we are building application. In order to fetch data from many web services, you need to provide authorization or an authentication key. So there are many ways to do this, which we will discuss now. Now, the first way is the basic auth method. Basic authentication means that the client app sends the username and password to the server in the HTTP request. So simply when we have a username password, we will use the basic auth, and this also can be done using two ways. Either we have to send those details in the body parameter, or the other way is to encode those credentials with UTF-8 and then pass it in the headers parameter. So let's do the first thing, that is when we send those details in the body parameter, simply bring out your API services file and let's create a function called user authentication. And now here we have a username and a string password. Now we don't have any URL at present. I'm just right now showing you the code, that is how to do it, because definitely you might have an API such as a for the AWS server or a Node.js server or whatever. So I'm just using a dummy thing, that is API dot somewhere dot io, whatever. It doesn't make any sense. Now the important thing is here, it is the response. Now when we write response equal to await http dot, when we are sending the data in the body, we cannot have a get request, we always have to use the post request, then only we can send the body parameter. And now in the body I will simply use this username and password, like this password. And after that, as always, you can print the response. I'm just saying it again that here we are not using any API. I just want to show you the code how to authenticate HTTP as well, because everything will be same as we have done before. Only the difference is we use this body parameter. So just imagine this is your Node.js server and we are sending the username password for authentication. So this is one of the basic auth. The second one is to send the details using the authorization header, that we can do simply like this. Okay, I would just create another function so that you will remember. User authorization, I will just write authorization. Now I will remove this body thing, and since we are not using body, we can give a get request as well, because it's we are sending the detail via headers. Now we have to first encode those details like this, basic auth, and then first thing will be this basic keyword. After that we will have base 64 encode, and inside I will just write UTF 8 dot encode, and here you will write your username and password. So simply username and password. So this code you have to remember. This basic is the prefix which we will be using. There is another prefix which we'll be using within just few seconds, but this is how we have the authorization key, the encode, and then in the get request just simply write headers, then use the map. The first key you use is content type. It will be application JSON, and the second is authorization. This is what we are talking about, and it will have this basic auth credentials. That's it. This is how it's done. So this is the way of sending username and password. And also not only username and password, there might be some websites or APIs which ask you to send the API code here. That is, it's not always necessary to use this kind of username and password. It also depends upon the API you are working with. Now, first was the basic auth. Now the second one is the bearer auth. The bearer authentication simply means that we have to authenticate using a token instead of a username and password. So now if you have a token and that API specifies that you have to use this prefix bearer, so this is how it's done. Nothing much. Only in the authorization you have this bearer keyword and the token value. That's it. That is access token, suppose. And just imagine here we have this access token, some value, token value, you can say some token value. That's it. So this is how you use the bearer auth. I'm just saying it again. If you have an API which has its own API key, then change the authorization key to that specific key. Sometimes some API says that in the header, the key should be like this and then the token value. So you have to read the documentation of that API very carefully so that you don't make any mistakes. But just remember the code here. This is done most of the time when we are doing any kind of authentication. So I know you might be asking, okay, but there was no real API. So I'm just showing you some examples. One, you can go and try this newsapi.org. It will give you all the news, latest news and all. So you can get the API key from here and read the documentation how to use that API to authenticate yourself. The second API key you can get is this OMBD API. So you just simply go and click on this API key and write your email here and submit. In this way, you will get your API key and you can just directly start accessing all the movie database from here. The other APIs are weather API. Here also you can get the API for yourself. And then These are the APIs it provide. One call API, current weather API. See, like this. So you just have to read the documentations properly and try it on your own. And in this pandemic, if you want, you can also get the COVID tracking API where you will get all the COVID-19 related data around the world. With this also, you can build your own application. So I hope you have enjoyed this session. Just if you want, you can just stop here and try on your own. Try to make as many mistakes so that in the end you will become a better developer. Thank you.